Hey everybody, Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, and it's currently 10:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today's subject matter, as you can see on the ticker below, for all of you on the podcast, and it's podcast number 96, which is maintaining your business success. This is a different podcast from what we've been doing over the last week or so. We're going to take a deep dive into those that have business success already and how you're going to maintain that business success, not only to close out the year, but going into the new year. We do not want your business to slow down. Join us today to find out how to make that happen in a first-class way where you can make next year your best ever. If you will, please share our podcast on social media platforms with our fellow network marketers. And by utilizing the hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution, they have a right to this information as well so that they can utilize this great business model to make their lives special. All right, with that being said, guys, we're going to go off. I'm going to go off here. Marie and I will be going live here very shortly. Thank you.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning and a happy Wednesday to you, Rob. Can you believe we're into the second half of December already?
No, I cannot. Here we are, podcast number 96. We're only 4 episodes away from number 100. That's crazy. That's crazy. We celebrated the 50th, remember? And it seems like yesterday when we celebrated that. And
yep.
we just
I'm going to have to find some party apparel for number 100.
And you know what? We didn't even blink an eye at 75. We just moved right past it. Didn't celebrate it. Didn't mention it. Nothing. And here we are at 100. Wow.
Coming up quick. Coming up quick.
It's unbelievable. 100 episodes. Kind of a milestone for us. With that being said, guys, today is, first we want to say happy holidays to everybody. We're going to do that as we continue to move very quickly towards Christmas. Miss Marie, are you ready for Christmas?
Oh, I'm always ready for Christmas. We actually don't do too terribly much, so it's not hard for us to be ready. So I'm ready.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I see that you're back home, and that's good to see.
Yep, been back for a couple days now and glad to be back in Utah. We're getting chilly. We're getting some snow. The ski resorts are opening. The snow's coming. It's getting to be the fun time of year here.
Well, I know that we're supposed to get snow today. The weather showed on Monday that we were going to get some, so we'll see if that's going to happen. But you're already getting it, I take it.
We get little sprinkles here and there. It's a crapshoot when it comes to the weather prediction, though. You know, it's like the storms when they say, "Oh, it's just going to be a dusting, maybe an inch or two." You wake up to a foot, and when they're predicting the big snow, it's like, where is it?
I know. Yes. Well, I'm glad we're not the only ones that go through that. That's exactly. We're in the Ohio Valley, which you're up in the mountains. I would think it'd be a little more stable, but the hills, we have big hills, not mountains. They're in between. Anyway, the river and the hills, they really force the storms to split, literally. And if you're on one side of the river, typically you get worse weather. And then, believe it or not, it's on the north side of the river. On the south side of the river, we tend to get more rain than we do snow. But when we do get a strong system, it's strong. And we typically will get a storm that will really lay it on. And so I guess, I don't know if we're blessed or cursed, but what I'm saying is I'm glad to hear that we're not the only ones that have the crazy weather like that. You know, anybody could be a weatherman. I think it may snow today. We may get this much and we may get this much. I don't know. I'll tell you tomorrow.
Partly cloudy, partly sunny.
Yeah.
The sun will rise, the sun will set. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I always said I picked the wrong career. You can be wrong 100% of the time and still get paid.
I know it with a smile on your face, laughing all the way to the bank. I mean, come on. It may be windy today, it may not. I mean, you know what? Without getting hijacking the show, when I was in North Dakota, that was the easiest broadcast ever. It's going to snow today and it's going to be cold. I mean, come on. You couldn't guess the amount because the Dakotas would sit there and snicker at you. Said, "Hey guys, he said he's going to be 6 inches," and he would lay a foot on you, just to prove you wrong. But it was still an easy broadcast. Think about it. It had to be a boring life as a weather person in North Dakota because all you had to do get up every day and say it's going to snow.
Well, summers here in Utah are similar. I've noticed once we get into July, August, September, we're pretty consistently sunny and 92 degrees. You can use that for about 90 days and just about spot on.
Well, there you go. See, you guys have the opposite effect going on. Okay. Well, that being said, we have an interesting topic today, guys. As you can see, podcast number 96, maintaining your business success. Yes, over the last couple of weeks, we have touched on different aspects of this statement, but this is different because what we're going to be talking about today is maintaining your business success, implying that you already have some type of success going on. And we talked about CCBBA. We talked about identifying and working with your leaders. We talked about your mindset to make sure you're right. We talked about the approach you should take during the holidays, how you should not slow down. During the holidays, you should do the 5 simple steps. We've done episodes over the past couple of weeks on all of that in great detail. Once again, touching on subject matter, revealing things that you're not going to find any place else. And we always encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, to listen to those episodes. And I can certainly see where the numbers, Miss Marie, I hope that those numbers will continue to grow. And that next year will be our watershed moment and our breakout moment. Not that we're doing bad now, but I mean, where we really capture the imagination of the network marketing industry as a whole, because it's obvious that the word is getting out. People are watching and listening, and that's good. And we ask that all of you will continue to share. That's what we ask, without getting off topic. Please give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear and understand the points we're making. We'll say thank you in advance. And Miss Murray, they are doing that. People are sharing our shows, whether it's a video, whether it's a podcast, whatever the case may be. And Miss Murray, they are giving us thumbs ups. And also, if you will, please share, like, and comment on our various social media platforms. Again, I see where you guys are doing that. And I thank you guys once again in advance, not only for what you're doing at the moment, but if you're going to take action and promote us and share us and like us in the future, we're going to say thank you in advance. So with that being said, Miss Marie, as we stated, maintaining business success is a different topic today. It's an important topic, and what we're going to do is we're going to summarize all the shows that we've done over the last 2 weeks in this episode, but that's not the purpose of this title. It is what it is. Maintaining business success, once again, implying you already have some success, which is different from the episodes we did before. We're going to get deeper into that in a moment. Do you have anything to say before we get started, Miss Marie?
Well, I was going to say it's even beyond summarizing the past couple weeks, right? We've done episodes in the past that are more of a deep dive on each of the subjects. We've talked about an episode on width is wealth, building your organization wide. We've talked about the fact that depth is security, building a deep organization. So as people come and go, you don't have a whole lot of fluctuation in your income or your level of success. So we have a number of episodes that we could easily wrap into a summarization of this topic, and we probably won't even hit on them all. No. But it is important. Obviously everybody gets into this business because the ultimate goal is that residual income, right? Being able to maintain that success at a level that supports the income, the lifestyle, the time freedom that you're after without all of the same activity. And how do you do that? So that's where we want to help people get to.
Yeah, absolutely. And very good and valuable points that you make there, as usual. And guys, what we're saying here is that we want to make sure that we touch on many of the important aspects of the business building process as possible without boring you to tears, and also without rehashing in great detail some of the subject matter that we've covered in greater detail in other episodes. We don't want that to be the case here. But I mean, imagine yourselves right now, guys, you have some level of success, okay? And as Miss Marie said, maintaining that business success with as well depth of security is a big part of that, right? But also we have to get you to understand is that we talked about this last week, maintaining your focus, maintaining your motivation, maintaining your momentum that you have going during the holiday season is a challenge for even seasoned network marketers. We talked about that last week. It is not easy for anybody, regardless of who you are in this industry during this time of year. The one thing you have to do during this time to maintain the success you already have is to be consistently doing the basics, which means what? The 5 simple steps to networking success we talk about all the time, which includes the scale of ambition, the music to the ears message, getting the first check. I don't know what you call that program that it always escapes me. It's a very simple title that we have for it. It always escaped me, but we have a program that helps people get their first check. I wish I could remember what the title of that is, but the point is that is part of not only maintaining your success. And you say, well, what do you mean? Guys, you got to keep doing the 5 simple steps. You got to do the CCBBA. Okay, because the only way you're going to be able to maintain your success, and as we told you, duplication happens with the good and the bad. And as we talked about last week, if you take a mental break, if you take a physical break, if you take a time off, in other words, instead of putting in 4 hours, you put in 2, your downline is going to duplicate that process, slow your business down, and you're not going to be able to maintain the success that you are having right now. You will not put yourself in a position come next year to where your business can really take off. You're going to spend the January, February, and March. Typically, it takes 3 months for you to recoup what you lost in November and December. Okay, that's the reason why companies, when they work in quarters. We all know that. The thing is that companies in quarter number 1, if they see financial trouble at the tail end of quarter 1 and the beginning of quarter 2, they take action in January. If their quarter number 1 starts in January, I'm just assuming, I'm using it as an example, but they don't wait until the end of February or March. Okay, they take action in January because they know it takes time to turn that around, and they got to give themselves that padding, if you will, knowing that watershed moment is coming in March. Okay, and so it's no different here. If you're taking time off, if you're slowing down your business building process in November and December, and what I mean by November from Thanksgiving on, guys, it's going to take January, February, March, and maybe a little bit longer based on your activity to repair what you lost in November and December and to get back to where you were. Okay. And that means you're going to have to work 3 times as hard. Okay. If you just maintain the momentum that you have right now from Thanksgiving, which is essentially the last week of November, into December, which is basically going to be about 5 weeks, you're going to have to work 12 weeks to make up 5 weeks that you did not have the activity that you should have. I don't know about you. That's not a fun thought. Miss Marie, that's 3 times harder just to get back to ground zero to where you are now.
Well, it absolutely is. And one of the things to keep in mind is when you start this business, and you may remember when you started, it takes a while to get going. It's that snowball effect, right? You start putting in time and effort, and there is not an immediate payoff. This is not a job where you put in X number of hours and you get a paycheck at the end of the week. You're putting in time and effort that's going to pay off down the road. Well, the reverse is true also. if you step back, take your foot off the gas, stop that consistent and correct business building activity, that lag is going to show up down the road as well. But the problem is the negative things always seem to be a little bit more exponential, right? Those come in harder, faster, bigger than the positives. Just like we talk about duplication in your organization, you want to make sure your people are duplicating those positive things that you are doing, but it's rare that they're ever going to come up to the same level that you are. It's going to be somewhat less. However, on the negative side, you will find the reverse is true. You may take 2 or 3 weeks off, and you may find people in your organization taking a month, 6 weeks off. It amplifies in the wrong direction with the negative, right? And that duplication works both ways. It works very much to your benefit, which is a huge positive aspect of this industry, but there's also a downside to it as well. The negatives can be duplicated, and you want to avoid that at all costs.
And the negatives could be far more devastating and profound, and really crush your spirit if you're not careful, because of the fact that you're just like, oh my gosh, I had no idea it was going to be this bad, the effect. And, Miss Marie, for all of those, let's say that there's someone that's new that just got sponsored a week before Christmas. And let's say that Miss Marie sponsored me December 17th. Okay, 8 days before Christmas. Really, to be honest with you, Christmas Eve and Christmas is most people take off. Okay. And I'd say to Marie, well, what do I do? She's going to say, well, look, we're going to train you right away. We're going to get you started. And I said, well, you know what? Christmas Eve, we're going here, we're going there on Christmas. And you know what? Miss Marie is honest in the front and real. She'll say, look, we're not going to work on Christmas Eve. We're not going to work on Christmas Day. That's crazy. And I could say, well, you know what? I'm not going to be back until we're going to be in, let's say, Florida for until New Year's, which is just a week. Okay. And I'd say, well, what do we do then? Well, you know what? During the break between Christmas and New Year's, we need to work on making calls. We need to contact people. Okay. Why is she doing that? Okay. It's because if I start a week on the 17th and she trains me on the 17th and on the 18th, we start getting going. What if I sponsor 1 or 2 people? You can't, once again, what did she train me? Not to let the holidays get in the way. But she also trained me, hey, we're humans. We have holidays. We have family. This is a moment to celebrate not only the birth of Christ, but also our fellow human beings, meaning family, etc. Whoever you spend the holidays with, you got to take those moments to take a deep breath. You've got to let your spirit, your soul take that deep breath, that relax, to laugh, to have fun, to share those special moments that'll last a lifetime. You should do those things, okay? And that's what she's teaching me. But she's like, okay, once that day is over, we need to get right back at it. Because, look, a lot of people, Miss Marie, get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. What days does that fall on this year? Is it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
Yeah, Christmas falls on Friday this year. Okay,
so most people are going to take basically Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off, Miss Marie. And they're going to do the same thing during New Year's. Well, guys, once again, without beating a dead horse, if she sponsors me on the 17th, she knows, because we're going to have that discussion as adults. She got me trained. She got me started. I was willing to work with her. If I push back and say, no, I'm not doing anything during the holidays, she accepts that. She moves on. Now, this is not a training call. This is maintaining your business success, because Miss Marie's already successful. She's got her business going. She started in August. She's got it going. She's doing what? During the holidays, she's being consistent. She's doing the 5 simple steps. She ran into me. She sponsored me. She trained me on the 17th, prompted me to get started on the 18th. I either accept that until the 24th, where we work on the business from the 18th to the 24th, or I push back and say, no, I'm not doing anything until the beginning of the year. That way she knows exactly what is going on. Does that mean that she is a failure? No, she did exactly what she's supposed to do. The 5 simple steps. She sponsored me, she trained me, and she went as far as I allowed her to go. And that's a success to her. Okay, that's the reason why I bring that example up, because this title is Maintaining Business Success, which is exactly what she's doing. She created volume by signing me up. She got me on auto ship. Okay. She's done all she can do. And if that's all that happens between us two, she did what she's supposed to do. She worked the numbers, and I'm either in the first third, second third, or third third. I determine where I am. Right, Miss Marie?
Absolutely. And part of that maintaining the business success is setting that new partner up for the opportunity that's coming. They may say, or they may decide they don't really want to work over the holidays and they'll hit the ground running on the first, and that's great. But one of the things to keep in mind is you've got them involved in a new business. They're going to have a new perspective. They're visiting with people, friends and family over the holidays that they don't always see that often. Well, if they're excited about the business, they're going to be talking about it a little bit. Their radar is going to be up. They're going to be paying attention for others who are looking for those opportunities. You know, we're always talking about looking for people who are already successful in what they're doing, perhaps another business, perhaps their corporate career, whatever it is. So they're going to have their eyes open and be looking at people slightly differently as well, and gearing up to really hit the ground running at the beginning of the year, if not already sparking some conversations. And the other thing that's going on is some of the training can take place because they have downtime over the holidays, right? There's not as much stress. There's a little bit more relaxation. They can be working on their music to the ears message. And again, friends and family, great opportunity to practice that. Hey, I've gotten into this new business, and I just tell me what you think of this. Am I communicating clearly? What are you hearing when I say this to you? What's your impression of this? You can work on that message that you're going to be using to help you become that much more successful, that much more quickly once you do get started at the beginning of the year.
Right. So there you go. Maintaining business success. Another example, wonderful example from Miss Marie. So the thing is that you want to make sure that you're doing your part in as much as physically possible in setting up and maintaining the success that you've already created. Once again, you're working the numbers. We talked about this in a previous episode. We're not going to beat it to death. What she just talked about corresponds to what we're talking about. And everything in network marketing is about numbers. We told you that. The numbers work their own magic. You do not, the only control you have over numbers is your activity. If you're actively pursuing your 90-day goals that you set from your first day in the business, as you know, we're constantly promoting that 90-day goal sheet because that is the impetus to your success. That is what forces you to take action because you're making a commitment to it. You're saying, look, the reason you come into this business model is because you either want a better lifestyle, more money, or more time freedom. This business will provide that, but you have to create speed and urgency. The 90-day mini blast, along with the 90-day goal sheet, does that inherently. So if you're serious about your goals, money, freedom, etc., lifestyle, then guess what? You're going to take action. If you take action in the correct way and do things with speed and urgency, then you are going to do what? Make the numbers work in your favor. And that's what she's kind of referring to, especially when she was talking about width is wealth, depth is security. Those terms are self-explanatory. Width is wealth. I mean, those two words, you say, okay, if I go wide, I can create wealth. Yes, most comp plans will reward you for that. Additionally, depth is security, meaning that you're driving a leg as deep as you can to develop as many leaders in that leg as you can so that it can be stable, regardless of what happens in that leg. Okay, those are number games, all right? And you are maintaining your business success by taking those steps, which means what? CCBBA, which means speed and urgency towards your goals. Okay, that's how you maintain your business success. And you do the speed and urgency by doing the 5 simple steps as quickly as you possibly can. You go from one prospect to the other, and you complete the 5 simple steps. You go to the next prospect, 5 simple steps. And you just keep doing that over and over, just like a machine, just ta-tung, ta-tung, ta-tung. And if you do that, not only are you going to maintain your business success, but you're going to set this year up going out on a positive note, as we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, and go into the next year with a positive note. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of what we just said. Leave this year on a positive note and go on the new year in a positive note. And that does not mean that you have to sign somebody up. What this means is you do the 5 simple steps, you make contact, you work through the holidays, and if nobody signs up, you still work the numbers. If you, at the end of the year, said in the month of December, from Thanksgiving through December 31st, I contacted 12 people and no one signed up. And you say, I'm a failure to yourself. You are not. You're being too hard on yourself. This is not a word game that I'm playing with you. You are not a failure. You contacted, and if you did the 5 simple steps with each person, you did all you could do. You have no control over their decisions and their actions. You still work the numbers, because here's what could happen. Over the next year, you're going to go out this year on December 31st saying to yourself, well, at least I contacted 12 people. I did all I could do. I didn't create any volume this month, but I contacted really high quality people, 5 and above on the ambition scale. That's all I can do. And guess what? When you start the next year, you're going to feel good about yourself, because during the most the toughest time of the year for anybody in network marketing, you still took action, positive steps towards your goals. And guess what? The next 12 people you contact, you may sign up 6. You may sign up 3. You may sign up 4. And that carries over from the 12 that didn't do anything. And what, Miss Marie, out of the 12 from Thanksgiving to December 31st, what if 1 or 2 got back with you the next year and said, hey, I'm sorry I wasn't able to take action last month, but I really like what you had to say. I would like to talk further. Guys, that happens. That's a slingshot effect. Okay, that's the second third that we talk about. Always remember the first thirds. The first thirds. Oh boy, what a slip. All right. The first third always takes action right now. Okay. Yes, Marie, this sounds good. Let's go ahead and sign me up on the 17th of December. Okay, I'm open to training today on the 17th. Yes, I'm willing to take action on the 18th. That's somebody. I'm in the first third. No, Marie, I can't do anything until after the New Year. I'm really intrigued. Let's go ahead and sign me up on the 17th of December, but I can't do anything until the beginning of the New Year. I put myself in the second third or the third third. It has yet to be determined, because I may not take no action next year. Okay. But I may come back, like I told her, after January 1st and start working the business. That means I'm in the second third. Because she took action, she sponsored me on the 17th, and I either took immediate action, which means I'm in the first third, or I'm a slingshot, came back, and that puts me in the second third after the new year. That both of those are positives. Both of those are exactly what she was trying to accomplish. And she's working the numbers. And guess what? If I fall in the third, in other words, I took no action whatsoever, she still worked the numbers. Right, Miss Marie?
Well, absolutely. And really what we're doing here is we're talking about what your January is going to look like. If you're maintaining your business success, yes, you may have less signups than normal over the holidays. People are backing off, but January could absolutely be explosive for you. However, if you're not contacting people, you're not filling your pipeline, you're not working those numbers, and you're taking that quote unquote break, January is going to be ramping up again, and it's going to be a slow slog of a month. And that's the difference. When you see somebody, in your organization or in your network marketing company, probably in a different business line, all of a sudden they're signing up like 3 people in a day. You're like, holy cow, what is going on over there? Well, I tell you what, they were maintaining their business success throughout the holidays. They were remaining consistent all year long. They weren't stepping back. They weren't taking their foot off the gas. Makes a huge difference. A huge difference.
Guys, here's the thing. If you're not doing something during the holidays, you're essentially working 9 months out of the year. You cannot compete with someone that's working 12 months out of the year. Here's what I'm saying, and it ties into exactly what she's saying. And this is maintaining your business success. We're giving you the total picture. Look, if you don't do anything, you're going to spend the first 3 months, basically. You may be lucky and only have to spend 2. It's different for everybody. But the first 3 months, typically, if this business works in thirds, and you're going to spend the first 3 months trying to catch up with what you left off with in from Thanksgiving to December. You're trying to make up for lost time. And it's going to take you basically 3 months to do that, to get your business back to where it was in November. Okay. Guess what? Once you get it back, January, February, March, once you get it back in March, let's say early March, maybe middle March, to where it was in November of the previous year, guess what? Now you're spending the next 3 months, because this business works in thirds, getting your business to explode. If you do what she says and you work through November and December, your business in January or February could take off and explode. Okay. So in one scenario, you're goofing off from Thanksgiving to the end of the year, and you're going to spend the first 3 months trying to catch up to what you had in November the previous year. And now you're into June, trying to do what could have happened in January or February. So now you're already your business works in thirds. So if you're working until March trying to get your business back to where it was because you took the holidays off, guess what? The exponential growth doesn't start until April, May, or June. You've lost half a year because you took 5 weeks off. 5 weeks.
And there's no telling which leaders you've lost out on as well, because remember, we're looking for leaders. And so are the other business builders out there. So while you're kicking back and relaxing, those leaders are going with the people who are working and still pursuing their businesses, because successful people are going to flock to successful people, and they're going to imitate that same behavior.
That's right. Let me give you a prime example of what she's saying. She's absolutely right. It bears addressing. Here's the thing. Miss Rob says, Mary, I'm glad you contacted me on the 17th. I'm glad you trained me on the 17th, but I cannot take action on the 18th. I need to wait till the beginning of the year because I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be traveling. I've got all these excuses. Marie knows the stop sign. She's a professional. She says, all right, I know where this is going. I don't know if Rob's in the second third or third. Doesn't matter. He determines that. I've done all I can do. I'm moving on. She ends up sponsoring somebody that I had on my list or in my mind. In other words, let's say it was Tom. Okay. And we both know Tom. And Tom's not with a networking company, but he's been in networking before and was relatively successful. This may be Tom's moment. He may come into a new company under the guidance of a pro like Marie and really take off. And so Marie doesn't stop. She keeps going on. Rob said, no, I can't do anything, but Tom's on my list. Marie beats me to Tom. She sponsors Tom. And next year, Tom becomes an emerald or a ruby or whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I meet Tom and Tom says, Rob, hey, guess what? Have you heard about, oh yeah, I already joined that company. Oh, really? Who'd you join with? Marie Cannon. Oh, really? She's my sponsor. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Yeah, well, Rob, I've worked with her and I'm at a ruby level already. And I'm walking away all pissed off at myself because I was going to talk to Tom. But because I took time off between Thanksgiving and New Year's, I didn't take the time to do anything. So Marie went and grabbed Tom. Guys, that happens. Who benefited from that? Marie did. She signed me up and got volume. Okay. And she signed Tom up and got a business. See, she got volume from me, but she got a business from Tom. That's what she wanted. Okay. Why? Because she was consistent during the holidays doing what? The 5 simple steps. She was working the numbers, and lo and behold, Tom came out of that. And Tom took off next year. Tom exited this year on a positive note, entered next year on a positive note, excited, motivated, had a little bit of success before the end of the year, and he is ready and raring to go. Guys, you got to realize there's a lot of people out there that are in desperate situations, quiet desperation because of their jobs, because of this virus, because of the economy. There's a lot of reasons why just because people are working from home doesn't mean that all of a sudden they're super successful. It doesn't mean that all their debt went away. It doesn't mean any of that. It means a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, what does the future hold for me? I've got to find something else to do. I need a complementary income. Okay. Guys, if Miss Marie stops herself, she misses out on Tom too. Okay. Right, Miss Marie?
Well, absolutely. And what we're talking about here in terms of maintaining business success and working through the holidays, I think this year, 2020, presents an absolutely unique opportunity in that regard as well, because I believe there is less of a likelihood that you're going to encounter people who are traveling a lot, who are spending a lot of times with friends and family. There are a lot of people who are social distancing. They're staying home. They're not doing the holiday traditions that they normally have done year to year with the family gatherings for fear of potentially passing on the virus to someone else. So this could be the most productive holiday season we've ever seen in the industry, because things are so unique right now, and that can be leveraged to your benefit unlike any other if you take action now and you follow those consistent and correct business building activities and the 5 simple steps that we keep talking about. And as a matter of fact, Rob, I believe on our website, TheMLMsolution.net, we have a few free gifts currently available. And one of them is the 5 simple steps to success in network marketing, along with the 4 critical mistakes most network marketers make, and of course, how to avoid them. Very important, because when you learn what you should not be doing, that kind of tells you what to do. And again, you benefit from our decades of experience and the mistakes we've made. Save yourself the time and the stress and the effort. You can be just leaps and bounds ahead of the average network marketer. And then, of course, we have the Zero to Network Marketing Hero as well. Each of those are free to download on our website, TheMLMsolution.net. There's a PDF file, an audio, and a video with each of those. And then, if that's not enough, our Black Friday special. You can find that at TheMLMsolution.net. There is a link there. Otherwise, you can tack on the /Super Friday. We call it the Super Friday because it's a special on our Super Pack. Rather than our normal $99.95 price, it's down to $49.95. You can save yourself $50. And I know every episode Rob has talked about the fact that, hey, it's available through the end of the year. And for those of you who are procrastinating out there, the end of the year is not that far away.
Oh, it is not.
So don't wait on it. Take advantage of it now, because that is going to benefit you, your business, and your organization, because it's all about the duplication again, just coming into the new year and finishing this year strong. So take advantage of those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Miss Marie, you did that wonderfully and seamlessly. That's awesome. Before we close, I want to say this, guys. You say to yourselves, what is the things that you guys just talked about have to do with maintaining business success? And the examples that we gave during this podcast is that Miss Marie is already a successful network marketer. She started in August. She's got some momentum going. She's building through the holidays because she had a great leader, a great trainer who emphasized the importance of the holiday activity. And because Miss Marie has been in the business before, in other words, she's a retread, she understands the importance of the 5 simple steps. She understands the challenges of the holiday season. She's been through it before. She's seen it firsthand. She knows what her trainer is telling her is accurate. And so she knows that she cannot afford for the momentum to slow down. And I'm going to bring this to a close with this example. But I wanted you to know that is what we're talking about, maintaining business success. She's already successful. She doesn't have the $1 million lifestyle. It doesn't matter. Okay. Doesn't matter what she's making, $500 a month, $1,500 a month. Matter of fact, the less she's making, the more dangerous her business is at a dangerous level. In other words, it could fall back to zero income wise, which could be devastating to her mentally. Okay. And bruise her ego or whatever, or make her doubt herself. Okay. So she's made money, but she definitely does not want to go backwards. And if she does, she's like, oh my gosh, the business doesn't work. It fell apart. And really, she may not understand why. That's not the point. The point is she's making money, she's moving forward, and she's working through the holidays. That's maintaining business success Whether it's $500 a month, $5,000 a month, $1,500 a month, it does not matter. Okay. So with that being said, imagine this, because we talk about it all the time. Look, there's a magical mountain, if you will, that's like this, very steep grade. You have a little money ball. You're starting out, you make your first checks, $30, $50, $150, whatever. Okay. And your money ball is this big. And you by yourself are pushing in the beginning that money ball up that steep incline. Okay. But as you move along, doing the 5 simple steps, you're consistent, blah, blah, blah. Basically the CCBBA, that's the best way to put it. Your money ball gets bigger. And as your money ball gets bigger, you can't push that money ball up that hill by yourself. And the thing is, you don't know where the apex of that hill is. So as your money ball continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger, you need more help pushing that money ball, which is your money ball, up that hill. Okay. Well, the people helping you push that ball, that money ball up that hill as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger every month is your leaders. People that are willing to do the same thing you're doing. They're pushing their own money balls, but they're helping push yours up that hill too. And since you can't see around that ball because it's getting bigger and bigger, you don't know when you're going to reach the apex. The apex is when your business grows on its own, whether you are there or not. That is drink out of the coconut money. That is living a freedom lifestyle where everything you need is taken care of, where you can have pretty much anything you want in life because each and every month you're going to get $100,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $30,000 a month, on and on and on for as long as that company's around, especially if you have a legacy position. Now, the reason I say that is because you got to work the numbers to find those people. And guess what? The people that are helping those other leaders help you push your money ball up that hill is your organization, your whole organization. They provide the foundation into which all those other leaders come out to help you push your money ball up that steep hill. That is part of the maintaining business success. And you say, what do you mean? I just gave you an example where Miss Marie is having success from August and she's working through the holidays. She's gathering leaders to help her push her money ball up that hill in 2021. So that's the reason why I wanted to tie that together like that, Miss Marie, so that people can have a clear vision of what we talked about here and how the things we talked about apply to maintaining your business success. The essence of today's podcast is don't stop, work the numbers. If you already have success in this industry and in any way, it doesn't matter whether it's $100, $150, that is momentum. Right, Miss Marie?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's going to tie very well into our topic for tomorrow's episode.
Yeah. Tomorrow
it is. Yep. Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking about where is the finish line? Right. Is there a finish line?
That's right. That's
so be sure to join us for that. This one is something that I don't know that I've ever really heard anyone else in the industry talk about.
No.
So this is going to be some unique information.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. Okay, well, with that being said, guys, as Miss Marie had brought up a moment ago, don't forget about going to the website right there. Get your free guest, 1 video, 1 audio, and the free ebook. You cannot get that information any place else, as Miss Marie said. And don't forget about the Black Friday. We are putting that, we're holding that Black Friday sale until the end of the year. We want everybody to have a chance to get that information. I will have a detailed layout of what is in the package, what it can do. You're going to be blown away by what you can get for only $49.95. It's currently $50 off when you go there. It is a limited time offer once you go there, but the offer is going to be made until the end of the year. So don't forget about that. I just want to make sure that we don't let you guys forget about that. That being said, Miss Marie, let's hop off of here. We're right at the 45-minute mark. That is awesome. I know Miss Marie tried to close it out early, but I needed to make sure that we were all clear on what the subject matter of today was and how it applied to our examples we were giving. All right, everybody, we'll talk to you tomorrow, 11 a.m. God bless, be safe, and we'll see you then.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.